What's up, my beautiful butterflies? It's the Awakened Butterfly here, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time subscribing, I'm sorry. If this is your first time watching my channel, stay for the entire video. And if you like what you see, subscribe. And for those that are already subscribed or newly subscribed, welcome back and welcome to my channel. I love you guys very much. I have been anticipating this video. I have some very important things that I want to share with you guys today. Um, I noticed that I've gained a couple of supporters. I don't want to say subscribers. I want to say supporters because that's what you guys are. You're very important to me, and you are my beautiful butterflies, and I love you very much. And I want to let you guys know that I read each and every one of your comments, and they're all very important to me. They all touch my heart in a different way, and they all mean something very important to me. If you guys hear anything, that's my neighbors that's outside, so never mind that. No distractions to stop me from getting this very important message out. Guys, today's video is about gang stalking being used as a weapon during this spiritual warfare. And the reason why I want to touch on this topic again is because it seems to be used a lot with what's going on in the world with spiritual warfare, gang stalking, and also it is something that I noticed that a lot of people are really interested in, and going through. So I figured that we would touch on this topic again because I have something to that I've experienced that I would like to share with you guys that adds on to the topic of gang stalking. Okay, starting off, the last time I talked to you guys, did a video, it was about a month ago. Within that time, my energy was kind of letting me know something wasn't right, and which triggered me to make the video. And I figured a lot of other people needed to hear what I had to say because I knew that I was the only one going through this. Um, I had meditated, right? And right after the meditation, I received a text message from my landlord saying that I had 10 days to vacate my apartment. Now, keep in mind, I have all my receipts. I've never missed a payment. The property wasn't damaged. There was no problems. There was nothing wrong. So it kind of caught me by surprise. I was like, you know, they said, well, you don't get 30 days because you pay week to week. Now, mind you, at the signing of the lease, that was an option to pay week to week, even though it was a month to month lease. It was a lot of illegal things going on. They were not the previous landlords that I had when I first moved in. The previous landlord sold the property to them, so there was a lot of rules that were being changed right before our very eyes that we were not aware of. I realized that I was starting to be harassed by my landlord. Letters on the door telling me I needed to take my grill inside when the grill is like this small from the ground. You know, the very small grill that you have to bend down to, you know, cook on or whatever. It was not big, but we were not allowed to have anything outside of our door except for the chair that they provided for us. So I was trying to make them aware that the day before we had just cooked on it, and I was trying to let it air out before I have to bring it inside because it's already a hassle to bring a grill inside of your home to begin with. So I wanted to let it air out first before I brought it in. And they harassed me about it and put a letter on my door and was like, if you don't have it in by this time, it's going to get taken away. But before I even seen that letter, there was already a person carrying my grill away. I didn't know who they were. So I approached them and asked them. And they were like, oh, I work here now. I mean, we were not even aware that they would be hiring new people. So I didn't even know, who it was walking away with my property or whatever. So apparently, they went back and told the landlord that I questioned them about taking my grill, and all of a sudden I get that because the text message, because there was nothing going on. There was not a reason for them to said that they wanted us to leave. And they were like, well, we're the landlords and we're renewing the lease. Everything's renewed and we just decided we don't want to rent to you anymore. And under, you know, the law, we don't have to let you know why we want you to leave. And the day of me recording that last video to you guys, they knocked on the door to exterminate right after I recorded that video. And the landlord came in with the new property manager and made a statement like, guys, this what I'm about to say is a form of gaslighting, which is one of the signs that let you know that you are being gang stalked by someone. My landlord looked around and was like, hey, to the exterminator, could you make sure you spray in the cabinets because my mom just moved out of her apartment in California and she had bugs and, you know, just make sure you spray all in the cabinets or whatever. And I was like, you know, and guys, let me remind you, this was before I got that text message. So I was like, why is she trying to indicate that I'm going to have to move? Because guys, right when these people took over, I've seen like over 10 people moving out of the property, U-Haul trucks pulling up, people packing their things up, leaving left and right. I'm like, wow, something is going on. And before long, not bringing bad energy to myself, I'm going to be aware of what is going on. So sooner or later I was. They raised the rent up tremendously high. It was crazy. It was just way out of pocket. It was just one of those things where you begin to realize that these people are abusing their authority and you're left with the option of, if you don't like it, you can leave. One of those type of things. And me and my fiance were as cooperative as we could be. So I guess maybe it was to the point that we were too cooperative. They were like, okay, they're doing too many of the right things. I'm just going to make them leave. Because I don't know if they just wanted to start over. I don't know. But guys, I had been doing a lot of fasting, a lot of meditating at that time. You know, trying to get out into nature more than I was. And I realized that the more I tried to do the right thing spiritually, the more I get attacked. The more I was trying to do the right thing at the time, the more my landlord, you know, was attacking me. So I was like, okay, I see where this is going. I kept getting angel number 555999, which means that you're about to go through a change. You might think that it's a bad change at first, but it will turn around to be a more positive outcome. So I started getting nervous, which was making me unconsciously develop anxiety. I was getting a little scared, honestly. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, you know, where am I going to go if I have to leave here? What's going on? I noticed the more fear that I was projecting upon myself. Because, I mean, it's sometimes, you know, guys, as humans, it's hard to not get scared sometimes or worry or... So if you do, you know, try as much as you can to not do those things. But if you find yourself doing those things, don't beat yourself up about it and say, oh, I'm messing up. I'm going back into my old ways. No, just stop, you know, breathe, reflect, meditate, and just, you know, try to think as positive as you can so you can get through it. But don't, by all means, don't beat yourself up because you don't have a reason to. You're human. It's natural. And, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of this stuff is scary. Because, you know, let's just say you've been so used to something your whole life. And then you wake up and realize that none of this stuff is, you know, what you thought it was. It is scary. And it's even scarier when people realize that you don't want to be stuck anymore in a false reality. Some people are comfortable with being in a false reality. And when they realize that you are no longer a part of that false reality, you are bound to get attacked. Gaslighting is something that I've been experiencing along this journey. So, had to leave, right? I get served by a sheriff knock on the door and give me this paper. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is really crazy. I can't believe they're actually getting away with what they're doing. So I started calling lawyers and which I didn't want to realize it was too late at the time, but it was. trying to contact them, trying to get advice, and they didn't really want to get involved because they were not being paid. But one lady at the courthouse told me that to let me know that I'm not just hallucinating. I am going through something very illegal with my landlord. They were doing something very illegal towards me and my fiance because we never missed a payment with these people. Normally, you would think those were the grounds of getting evicted or causing some type of problem, amongst the property or with neighbors or something. It was never the case. Never, ever. When things like that happen, sometimes people lose hope because they think that they are losing their mind. They feel like they start blaming themselves. Guys, you know who you are. Please trust yourself. You know you're chosen. You know you see the signs. You know. Please don't let people in the false reality make you feel like you're not right. Because at this time, guys, what I was just going through, I will admit I started to lose myself but I regained. Once we left that place, we had to be out in such a short time. We had no choice but to go to a hotel. Now, the fact that we just paid these people the week before, almost $300 to be exact, it kind of puts you in a situation like, okay, I can't just move into an apartment because I don't have the funds for that. So it's like, okay, I have to go to a place where I can afford to live at this time. Hotel. Okay, we were looking for hotels or whatever, and the one that we actually went to, it was crazy. Once I got out of the car, guys, it was a feather right there at my feet, and I was like, wow, it's meant for me to be here because it was the most affordable one, and it was a sign from my angel that I was in the right place. So I was happy about that. The room wasn't the room that they gave me. Once I got in there was a feather in there. It was just like, wow, all of this stuff is aligning. This is what my angel numbers were telling me. This is what was going on. So once we arrived there, I was like, okay, it's not really all that clean or whatever, but I'm grateful. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, angels, ancestors. Thank you, universe. I have a place to lay my head until I'm able to do better. So we're there. Okay. The circumstances, as far as food now is different because you can't eat like you want to because you can't cook your own meals. And fast food is something that I try to stay away from. But now, guess what? I don't eat meat. I'm vegetarian, and it was really crazy because it took me down to salads, fries. I had to Google what restaurant had vegan fries that they didn't fry their potatoes in beef fat or whatever. It was just starting to just wear me down a little bit, trying to figure out certain things that was more convenient for me when I had my apartment, which makes you sit back and reflect and be more grateful for a lot of things. So I was like, okay. So when we are telling these people that we don't want meat in our food, guess what? Plain as they telling them, they're putting meat in it, right? It went from that to we're going back, changing the order to the top of the food has no meat. So you think, and when you get down to the bottom, there's like a piece of sausage or a pepperoni or something like that. Like, that's when I knew for sure the spiritual warfare was on, for sure. Because I was telling my fiance, I was like, you don't think this is crazy? Like how clear we told these people that we didn't want meat in this meal and we just wanted rice and vegetables and there's meat all in it. Like, they even repeated back to us, like, veggie, rice, no, And I'm like, yeah. So one particular day, we got a. Now these are different restaurants. This is happening. So the first incident, it happened at I think it was Zaxby's, but we ordered a regular salad and then it had chicken in it. Chinese restaurant, veggies, rice, had chicken at the bottom, went back, changed the order, chicken at the bottom again. Um, Domino's got the pasta primavera with just the veggies and noodles. A piece of sausage at the bottom. So I'm so glad that my intuition told me to check this stuff because I would have ate it because I was very hungry. You know, trying to get granola bars and things, trying to find something healthy out of the gas station, which that was hard. That was the only thing they had besides water that I consider healthy enough. But I could get a banana sometimes close to the gas station that we live next to. But I mean, it's just like, guys, I was meditating, praying, fasting, just trying to. We were looking for apartments every day. It was pretty rough. All of this was within this month's time. So we're asleep in the hotel. 1:30 a.m. My fiance is like, there's water leaking in the bathroom. Now, that's something that I had to mention. They had plumbing problems, which made it more irritating, the situation. But humbly dealt with it. But I thought it was the toilet, which it kept happening every morning when we got him. I said, you know what? I'll just deal with it. I'm tired. I'll deal with it in a couple of hours. We'll go up there and talk to him. He's like, no, I think we need to deal with this now. I was like, what? He's like, yes, it's coming from the ceiling. Guys, I opened that bathroom door. It was water just coming down. I'm like, what is going on here? It was just so much, and next thing you know, it's leaking from the bedroom area. I was like, this cannot be real. The next thing in my mind, trying to stay positive, but the way it was coming down, I'm like, now it's coming down. I'm thinking like, it's going to come down through the roof. There must be a leak up here. You could tell the way the hotel was set up that the maintenance, it wasn't too well maintenance. Next thing you know, guys, there's water coming down from the front door. It's right there. Like, if we walked out the door, it would just get all over us. We don't know where it's coming from. I'm thinking someone flushed the toilet upstairs because I'm already figuring plumbing problems from what we had going on. And we went and told the lady, and she was like, what do you mean? It's leaking from the ceiling. So I guess she just had to come and see for herself. So we let her come in. She was getting wet because it was coming down from the front door. She went in the bathroom. She looked in the bathroom. It was coming down. She's like, oh my God, just y'all hurry up and get your things out of here. Not to mention, we had our flat screen TV from the apartment in the hotel, which could have gotten wet and ruined. And it didn't, thank God it didn't. None of our things got ruined. She's like, hurry up, get your things, take it. I got to find y'all another room to go in. So we're getting wet, right? I was like, God is telling me, like, this is something going on. Like, it's a spiritual warfare going on. It's some things going on here. I knew it. I just can feel that, I was being attacked in some kind of way. I look up, something tells me to look up, and I see, I guess, the person that was in the room up above us, and water was coming out of their room, just running down on top of us, and they were just looking at me. They were just staring. Like, they didn't say, I'm sorry about this, I'm having some plumbing problems up here, I flushed the toilet, and they didn't say anything. They were just staring at me like a real scary look, like stare. So I just heard every time I heard just, just continue to get my things out of the room, take it to the other one. So yes, it was kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was. And it's like the room that we were in, it's like for some reason, and I don't feel this in all hotel rooms. It's like I just felt the energy of the people that had been in there had some type of dark energy. I don't know, but the other room that they put us in, um, keep in mind, guys, we're looking for an apartment within this time. So we were in this room for about 2.5 weeks before we found an apartment. Thank God, like universe and ancestors came through, and we found an apartment within that time. But guys, so once we went to the other room, for some reason there was a car that kept parking right. I mean, no, all the other rooms were empty. There was no reason for a car to park right in front of our door, but it's like a car just kept in the daytime. It just kept parking there. Just I don't know. It was kind of weird to me. Okay, so then that night, a truck pulled up and was just staring. Like I felt it. I pulled the blind and I told my fiance, I said, "There's someone just staring this way at this door." He's like, "Oh, you just think they just." But another truck pulled up and did the same thing after that one pulled off. And I was like, this is just a form of gang stalking. Guys, you're not crazy, okay? It's spiritual. It's like the person that was staring at me from the truck wasn't real. It's like they were stuck. Seems like the person that was upstairs when the leak happened, that was staring down at me, was stuck. Like, I can't explain it. It's kind of, I want to call it a 3D, 5D split. If that makes any, I'm pretty sure it does make sense. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It's when you realize that you're going to the fifth dimension and you're leaving the third dimension behind, and you start to see the difference. It's like a reflection. You start to see what you were at a point in time, partially, because chosen ones, you always knew there was something there. Even when you were projected to the matrix in some kind of way, you still knew something was wrong. But you know what I mean. Um, Guys, I just want everybody out there to trust yourself, because I've always had a problem with doing that, and I do now. We were blessed. We're in a new apartment now. Um, the energy feels better than a lot better than it did where we were. Um, we went through a journey to get there. We had to stay in a hotel for a while and go through some things there, but it was all part of the journey, and I'm grateful for everything, because it makes you stronger and it helps you reflect more, and you just know in the end that you're going to go to a better situation. So if you guys have been seeing angel number 999 and you're going through something, and 555 especially, that's a message from your ancestors letting you know that you are experiencing some changes, but they will have a positive outcome. So don't fret, guys. Everything's going to be okay. And I also want to let you know that this is how you will really know it's another way that you know is really spiritual. Like I said before in the other gang stalking video, um, when people are saying things and doing things, which there is a part 2 to this video that I'm going to discuss this, and you don't even know who they are, you've never seen them before, just know that there's a spiritual warfare going on out here. And I want everybody to become aware of that so they can become more in tune with the universe and with themselves, and it will help you know yourself better so you can trust yourself more, which will make you stronger during this warfare. Because if we don't stand for something, guys, we will fall for anything. And there are some people out there that are not nice and don't have good hearts, and they will try to project dark things upon you if they feel like you're vulnerable and don't know what's going on around you. So I hope my videos help. I love you guys so much. I am so thankful for all of my supporters. You guys mean so much to me. I have 49 people watching me, and that is so important. That is a lot. Like, that is a lot. I'm so thankful to have something so important to say, and to have 49 people who feel like I'm important enough to watch. So I want you guys to know that I love you and thank you so much. And I couldn't get the message out without you. So you guys mean a lot to me, and I just want you to know that. And every comment that you leave will be read and taken into consideration of whatever you say. I care about it. It means something, because we're all here trying to spread a positive message and learn together. I learn from you guys. I listen to your stories. I listen to what you say. It means a lot. So with that being said, I want you guys to tune into the part 2 of this video that will be coming up. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I love you guys so much. Don't forget that health is wealth, and take care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.